Um, Good morning, Dr. Barbara Johnson. Doctor, can you maybe tell me more, or the guests more about yourself?
Sure, thank you, Ron. So I have an honorary doctorate. I work and have worked for the last 42 years in people development. I started with myself from wimp to warrior, as I call it. I was in a very bad relationship in my marriage, and I literally wimped out of that environment, out of that branding, out of that change of mentality into years of self-development, years of personal mastery, years of self-leadership and responsibility. And I'm glad to say I am now a warrior for humanity, for children in particular, for women, for men, for family units. I am a champion for self-development because I know that when we look at self, when we look at me first, we get it. We get the power of we and me, first me for we. We get the power of understanding and therefore stabilizing in the power of ourselves so that we can bring to create the we and the us a person of substance and stability and passion.
Thank you, Barbara. My name is Ron Rees. I've been in financial literacy for the last since 1992 with debt management and helping a lot of people to become debt free, but not just to go into the debt counseling side of things, but also to work with like-minded people, getting leaders in and getting people in to show people how to become debt free by applying maybe the snowball effect, and also working through a network marketing system to generate an extra income in the household, especially in the trying times that we're in. And Doctor, you and I spoke about it yesterday, is a lot of us are sitting at home trying to start a business, but we don't know the how factor. And with yourself and myself, we came up with a mastermind idea how we can help people through, let's call it the 8-week course. We're just going to speak about what the principles of what we're going to speak about, but every Friday at this time, to take it through in how we can help people to grow from home and find out what their desire and purpose is. So what I'm going to start off with is a PowerPoint, and I'm going to call it our flight plan. Can you see the screen, Barbara?
Yes, but yeah, that's better. Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so we're going to speak about the flight plan, and why I put that video on there, Barbara, is purely for that an aeroplane takes off against the wind. And sometimes we face all of these challenges. And what I would like to ask you is to guide us through the following slides, if you don't mind.
Sure, I'll give you some of my thoughts. So my screen is a bit big this side, and I'm battling to reduce it, Ron.
Okay.
I have gone to the ratio.
Okay.
There we go. That's much better for me. I can now see the screen properly. Okay, so yes, for myself, the impetus of the amazing work that I've done with people over the last 42 years is that people are missing hope. COVID has escalated fears and a whole lot of insecurities. And here we are, you and I, Ron, with a system that we have been proving over the last five or odd years, again, to bring hope into families. Our families are battling financially. Our families are therefore battling in a way that impacts everything that they're doing. So with that impact, things fall apart. And so we're looking to create hope again. We're looking to create peace of mind. We're looking to create a possible online business model, certainly a network system model that people can embrace. Our approach is very people-centered with a me-focused, self-directed business for the sake of family economics, being debt-free, and for growing self in this process of engaging and making ours, taking responsibility of our economy in a global economy.
Fantastic, Barbara. And that's just what is quite important, is talking about the me and the self. And since I've been working with you and with people like groups in Noble Goldman and Masterminds, is the understanding self. And we're going to go more in depth next week about the me. But this becomes an interesting point that 98% of us don't know how to move out of your comfort zone. Why is what's the reason for that, Barbara?
Oh, wow. That's a $64 million question, not so. I think it just boils right down. The bottom line of it is the programming in here. We've been programmed in such a way that parents, teachers, church, schooling, etc., media, social media has created this mindset of poverty, can't do, shouldn't do, not deserving. So we have all this challenge going on in our brain, and quite frankly, Ron, until we actually do something about the challenge and challenge what's challenging us, we're going to stick here in this comfort zone of the 98 and be heard as it's understandable. Dear, don't worry, everybody in the world is the same. Well, no, Ron, not everybody in the world is the same, and we do have options.
100%, Barbara, and I'm glad you touched on this. And I want to go back to the 10th of December when I was part of the GoPro community where Eric Worre had 40,000 people on a live Zoom, and we were put into rooms. And there were 8 rooms which I attended. And what I found quite interesting, 98, and it comes back to the 98%, that people didn't know what their purpose in life was, or didn't understand what to do, or how to move out of the comfort zone. And people are looking for help. And I think this is which brings us to the next slide, which is the 2%. The 2% is the people that will know how to move out of their comfort zone. How will you help people with the skill set that you've got? How many people have you helped to move out of that, to become that 2% from that 98%, Barbara?
Oh, Ron, that is such an amazing question, because people come to me not knowing about the 2% and the 98%. People come to me because they're suffering trauma of some kind. People come to me because they're frustrated. So I am a trauma counselor. I am a life coach. I work with trauma. I work with transformation. I work with transcendence. So they come to me not knowing about this. So we go through their processing of their life circumstance. And basically, Ron, bottom line of this, Ron, is 98% of people are blocked. They don't even know they're blocked. They are blocked. They are encaged. And the breakthrough doesn't come because they don't know how to break through. One, first, they haven't identified it. Secondly, they don't know how to break through. And quite frankly, if we do not do the work of the blockage at the base of humanity, in the base of ourselves, the me first, we cannot move, we cannot push the barrier, we cannot break through. So my people, my clients come to me angered by life, despondent, despaired. They are frustrated, they are angry and guilty and feel lost. And the piece that we work so quickly with and so beautifully with is to take that all-encompassing negative energy, work with their life circumstances, and find the compost, if you will, for the orchid, the meaning of their trauma and their frustration. And we turn that into something useful, meaningful, so that the potential of this human being can grow. The orchid can grow. And when the orchid stands in the sunshine and the orchid lives beautifully, the orchid brings and enjoys much wonders in life.
Oh, what a nice way of putting everything. And this is where I feel most of us, we follow money, but we never follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what you put up there is with people being self-centered and stuff like that, Barbara. People can read this. And would you like to elaborate a little bit on this slide?
I think it says it all, Ron.
Okay. So the next slide starts about the foundation. Will you speak to us through the foundation cycle of everything, Barbara?
So the foundation is me. The foundation is, how am I going to address me? The foundation is, what do I think about? What do I visualize? What do I want to see in my life? What am I saying to myself? What is my self-talk about? What am I studying? What am I reading? What television is depleting my energy? What activities are depleting my love for life? What studies should I be doing to increase my life energy? The flow of life, the flow of love of life. It all impacts productivity. If we do not have uplifted energy, our productivity cannot be uplifted. There's a saying, as you do something, you do everything. How you show up, how you even make that salad, the way you put your signature to life in making the salad will give clues as to how you do everything else in your life. So let's focus, be conscious in the me making that salad to give it our very best, because it does have a ripple effect. And even to this, even the ripple effect back to ourselves, growing ourselves into that better and better person.
That's 100% correct, Barbara, because we are the brand of your own destiny. And it doesn't matter in what business you are in, we first have to look after me, because we're the brand, because people look at me in whatever I do, and they'll start following me. Because the next part I'm going to come in is the we. Yeah, if I don't look after me, how can I create the we to come in? And would you like to speak, how do we create the we going forward?
So we are magnets. We are magnets to the outside world. We are attracting people negatively or positively simply because we are alive. So the question is, what kind of people do we want to attract to ourselves? We becomes the team for me. my team doesn't necessarily have to look like a business team. It can also look like my family team. The we is the reflection of how I am in the world, how I am showing up in the world. So I go back to always the me is the first place, because in being that magnet, we are going to attract those candidates. We're going to attract those candidates at such a level that they want to work with us, that they want to cooperate with us, that they want to share synergies with us, become partners with us, go to the next level with us, become leaders with us. And together the me and the we become collaborated on the same page, similar mindsets. What a way to go.
And that's 100% correct, Barbara, is because it starts with the me to the we, which brings me to the next point, is the us. And with the us is how do we get people involved, growing with us, from leaders into business, doesn't matter in what organization we are. So how do we create the us from the me to the we to the us, Barbara?
It takes time, it takes trust, it takes working together. And yes, we can include people into our inner circle. We can include people into our organizations. We can include people into our secret source of life, if you will. We can include people into what works for us. I see you've got MSI up there, multiple streams of income. Well, that's an honored place to share from and an honored place to hear into. So, how did that activate? How do we then utilize that trust and that collaboration, that cooperation, to create not only myself and we, our team, but also how do we activate a bigger, better life energy so that our team expands, grows, uplifts, becomes significant in the lives of others.
And I think this is what science sums it all up, what we just spoke about, is all the different dimensions.
Yes, this is my life passion. 8 Dimensions of Life is a series that you and I with Zoompreneurs have recently covered, as well as the 8 Dimensions of Death. It's an exciting process, and it all is based on the dimensions of me. Does it take work and commitment? It even takes some money to all of those questions, yes. And it takes a blessing. It takes passion to find out who about I am.
100%, Barbara. And we're going to go in for the next 8 weeks talking about the 8 dimensions of me to make us work as a brand. And the other couple of the benefits that we're going to work with is your successful entrepreneurial skills. Be your own boss in your own agenda, your own time schedule. How to reduce your taxes and costs while increasing your cash flow. Yourself determine your earnings across both active and passive incomes. Grow yourself into a better you while having more family time, money, and freedom. Follow a proven system. Work with people you choose to work with. Create leverage of a team member, time, money, and learnings. Now, I just want to touch on leverage. And one of the people I looked at is Andrew Eaton, and he spoke about leverage. And Mark spoke about leverage. Now, is how do you leverage your time with people? How do you leverage your time, or how do you leverage time? And how do you leverage other people's knowledge to make you a better person or to make your business work. Have you got anything that you'd like to add on some of these slides, Barbara?
Well, all I can say to you is, yes, that's the ultimate goal, is that we leverage off teams that we have created through time. We also leverage other people's money even, and we leverage other people's learnings. But I go back to the me, because we can only create the right leverage, the positive leverage against the positive me. If I am a positive, strong, forward-going me, solution-orientated, future-orientated, excited and loving life, then the leverage of the people that I've attracted into my team will be of the same kind. So, Ron, as much as we want to leverage, learn from, time, money from other people, it still comes back to me. If we don't have me in place, what we're leveraging is negative to us.
100%, Barbara, because it brings to that point we just put, grow your circle of friends and associations significance. Now, if you're going to deal with 5 negative people, you become the 5th one. If you focus on 5 positive people, you're going to be the 5th one. It's depending how you want to go back between the 98% and the 2%. If you want to become successful as a me, work with 5 positive people and become that 5th person. And what we're going to learn through the process is we can also help people to grow their online business, how to build a business with residual incomes, how to gain endless leads, how to create and use your own free tracking tools. Doesn't matter if it's in what network marketing business, all of this is all going to be part of the process that we're going to show about, starting with a me, where you can start becoming part of a bigger process and how to find leaders who you want to work with. And how to create your own videos in the business with a referral link. These are all things that we're going to start speaking about. And how to build a local and international business in a simple language, training and support with other teams. So sometimes it might be your own MSI, your multiple streams of income. You might be like you and I creating your own, what we call own MSI, helping people to find out about the me and how to go from the me to become the us. So if you want to form part of your processes going forward, we will show you how to duplicate, how to find leaders and to make your business grow. Now, the question I'm going to ask to the listeners or the people following us on Facebook, if you want to become the 2%, why don't you drop us a message and be part of the process? Because work with Barbara and I, we're working with an international mastermind team with like-minded people, and let's grow each other, especially in these trying times. Barbara, what would you say in closing for the guests?
We're in the business of seeing, gathering, nurturing, growing people. That's the focus. And the money will follow. The business will follow. The combination of self-development, of self-reflection, of self-mastery, of self-leadership and responsibility will mirror and attract our teams.
Thank you, Barbara. And I just want to say to the guests, people buy from people. They don't buy from spammers. If you want to become a brand, it starts with me. If you look at that man in the mirror,
That woman in the mirror.
or that woman in the mirror, are you happy what you see in that mirror? Will you buy from yourself? Ask yourself that. So why don't you join us in this journey, and let's us be part of the me to the we to the us. Have an awesome day.